So, does anyone have either the night owl or early bird vibe?
Night owl.
Okay.
Or a
So
night owl too, yeah.
how night hourly are we talking about? Are we talking like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.? Are we talking like serious like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. style night owl?
Like 3 a.m. Right in the middle. Right in the middle
Right,
there.
right in the middle, making this difficult. Perfect.
Oddball is not as much of a night owl as Ash.
Okay. We are going to then just start with you. Can you describe Ash as they get ready for bed and as they see at 3 a.m. and they see snowfall, the first snowfall of the winter. Winter isn't coming, it is here.
So I think with the permission of the rest of my housemates, Ash actually lives in that tower room. Because on the off chance that he ever loses control of his powers again, he wants to make sure that he is nowhere near the main house. And he is also close to the pond, which he would literally jump into if he had to. He has long red hair that looks like the color of flame. It is all burnished golds and reds, and usually it is tucked up under a beanie, but he's about to sleep, so it is currently down and hanging loose. And he is just getting his pajamas on and getting settled as he sees this, and his eyes go wide, and he just runs out of the door onto the breezeway and into the cottage. Um, Not thinking of how late it is because, like, this is his bedtime, so it's fine. But quickly realizing when he enters that no one else is probably awake.
And I think this is probably true. And we will then flash forward. I feel like this is maybe not a super early bird group we have here. Yeah.
Elwyn is probably up fairly early to get things started for this
Okay.
bed and breakfast.
Um. All right. Well then, what would you think? Like 6, 7?
With the sunrise, yeah, whenever that may be.
I'll say like about 7. As you wake up, um, assuming you have a window into your room, even if the curtain is drawn, you're kind of surprised by about how bright it is. If you take a look, it's because light is being reflected off of the 4.5 feet of snow that you guys have received over the night.
Yeah, which is not we normally don't get any snow, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Seeing that, she will very quickly go downstairs. Elwyn has her chestnut brown hair pulled back, bright golden eyes. Um, Anybody who sees her notices right away the sky blue tattoos that are on her face and her arms, and really anywhere you see skin showing. Kind of indeterminate age, woman, slightly pointed ears, something along a half elf of sorts. Very quickly goes outside onto the porch and just kind of stands there and looks, standing under the sign that is a spear laying across with the name of the bed and breakfast, the spear's point underneath it, and just kind of leans against the railing and looks out at the snow with a confused and amused look and a bit of concern. She spent most of her life adventuring, and she knows that when something like this happens out of the ordinary, something is wrong.
Excellent, excellent. So this is a good time to also. I'm gonna ask you a question, but before I ask you a question, it's a good time to introduce one of the core mechanics of CNC, cozy points. Cozy points are how cozy your cottage is. You will, when you craft stuff for monsters, when you do chores, that type of stuff, you make the house a bit cozier. You usually, and cozy points are directly related to leveling up and some other perks that we may or may not get to. We will see. So, with that being said, what do you do? Specifically, what do you do before your other cottage mates wake up this morning?
Well, something is clearly wrong, but she is retired, and nobody has come calling yet. So her focus right now needs to be on the bed and breakfast. So after staring out at the snow for a little while, I think she turns around and walks back in, placing a hand on the door frame. As she does, around the door frame there are 5 names carved into the wood in different languages. They've been there. She added, that was the first thing she added when she set up this building, when she purchased this old rundown building. But kind of touches her hand to that for a moment as she passes inside and begins kind of getting the beginnings of breakfast together. There is a cook who lives here amongst everyone, but she begins sitting out the ingredients and getting the plates ready and all of that.
Excellent. We're gonna make this easy just so we can really nice and cozy, comfy ease into this. I might not make you roll every time, but let's do a very basic lore check. Target number 2.
Oof. My lore is not the best, but... Oh, so I rolled 2 and that's double 6s.
Wow.
All right, so you still unfortunately would need to get 3 numbers to beat the target number. So do you want to succeed at the cost of a spoon, or otherwise, like, I guess you would succeed, but maybe it might make a tiny bit of a mess or something, takes a bit longer, etc.
Yeah, she wants things to stay on track, and we can't have a mess this early. It'll offset the entire day. So I think the cold especially, she's very much feeling it in her joints. She is a fighter, and one of the reasons she's retired is because of how stiff and painful her joints become, specifically in her hands. So I think that is where that spoon comes from, I think, as she takes a moment to wrap some tight bandages around her hands to compress them a bit, and continues on with prepping the initial parts of breakfast.
All right, perfect. Who would be so you are early-ish, at least regular time, waking up. Does anyone else wake up before like 11?
I mean, Gidget has to, by the pure fact that they are the one cooking.
All right.
It's 100% a roll out of bed and the nest of blankets and pillows that have congregated there. Cook breakfast and quite possibly after eating going right back to take a nap. But they
Yeah, can you describe Gidget's first before we start getting into breakfast?
Yeah, Gidget's about like 5'5", 5'6". Not many people know what they look like just by the fact that they are constantly like clothed, like to hands and ankles and head in a raccoon onesie. People can kind of tell that they have like some length of red hair underneath it and maybe like green eyes. But outside of that, everyone really just knows Gidget by the onesie.
I love that. So, waking up, you would go, start breakfast probably like pretty immediately, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Immediately by the fact that they do kind of like drag themselves down there, and then there's like this little tiny pitter patter of glass behind them, and that would be Roy, who is their little animal companion. Roy is a legitimate teacup pig. So Roy has this like really like toile pattern and like a ivy green across their like little pig body, and they can make their own tea, which really helps out with the mornings. But Roy accompanies Gidget down to the kitchen, and they get started. This morning it's like a little bit colder, so we're gonna go with like some hearty oatmeal and berries and honey and some muffins, and it starts out as like double bacon. It quickly goes to like one portion, like one fixing of bacon, because while that's getting cooked, Gidget's also there just munching on it.
I love that. All right. So we're going to continue easing in. You can argue a different one, but I'm going to argue lore check with a target number of 2 because this isn't that difficult to make.
That's 2 3s.
Okay. So do you spend the spoon because you need 3 dice to beat the target number?
Wait, how many dice am I supposed to be rolling? Because I just rolled 2.
You roll based off your attributes. So
okay, I was making sure I was doing that right.
Yeah. No. There is possible that you flat out can't succeed on certain things based on your attributes without spending spoons. Spoons, by the way, this is your health, but it's your capacity kind of. It's based off the spoons theory of mental health. You can usually, when you fail a check, you can spend a spoon to make it a success, but slowly that's going to dwindle away.
Can I just take longer to do this?
I'm gonna say I think maybe some of the bacon is a bit crispy, and by crispy I mean burnt.
That's fine. That's the bacon that Gidget forces themselves to eat.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go with Adball. How late do you sleep in?
Let's find out. I'm gonna roll a d12. I know that's not in the system, but I'm just gonna roll it to see. 11. That's an 11. I get up at 11. I think that Oddball, I'm taking it back with Oddball being a determined to be a night owl, and that Oddball does not have a sleep schedule whatsoever, so they never know. Nobody else does either. So today it's 11 a.m. Presumably I noticed that there is snow. Is that something I can do?
I think you probably just noticed there is snow.
Okay, so I think that I'm curled up in like somewhere, wherever in the tunnels of this house, wherever in the crawl space I've ended up, and I just kind of find there's like a little circular window at the end, and I just kind of like pop it open, and I'm like, oh, that's not supposed to be there. I thought like the premise of this town was that there wasn't winter. This is perhaps bad, but very interesting. Oh my goodness. I wonder what would happen if I jumped into it. I could probably jump into it. Oh no, I'm on the second story. That's probably... No, but it could probably cushion my fall. I have no idea what time of day it is. Maybe somebody else knows at breakfast. I'm gonna jump into it, and I jump out the window into the snow.
Okay, let's do a, let's see, you said you're on the second floor. I did say it was about almost 5 feet, so it might cushion your fall a bit. Let's see, make me a target number 3 muscle check for,
I'm laughing, because muscle's not my strong suit.
I had the feeling, and I also knew, but I also had the feeling besides knowing.
Yeah, so, the attributes, my calm attributes, my, between, charm, alchemy, lore, and muscle. Muscle is my dump stat, so I get to roll 1d6 to see if I can even get, fail.
At a cost.
At a cost. No, that's a 1.
All right, so
Starting off strong, but however, my my vibe, my character's vibe is impulsive. So once it occurred to me that I might jump out the window, I had to jump out the window.
you know what? So what I think should happen is you're taking 3 spoons of damage. Choose how to narrate to this. How, like, yeah, you jump out the window. What happens? How do you hurt yourself that badly?
Okay, so I'm doing the calculations. I'm like, that looks like deep snow. I've jumped into snow before and it's been cold, but fine. I'm furry. It's gonna be great. But I didn't take into account that I forgot where I was in the crawl space and I'm directly above the pond. So I just jumped into snow and then went straight through the poofy snow into the cold pond water underneath.
Ooh.
So when I come into breakfast, I forgot to describe my appearance basically, but Oddball is fluffy, has this thick tufted white fur with some strange blue and blue-gray patches, just kind of light blues and grays around. A little bit of tufted ears poke up from the fluff, but it's kind of hard to tell what those ears look like because it's mostly fluff. But she's also wearing a little white sweater and a blue skirt, and there's blues in her skirt and in her sweater and in her scarf that kind of, but not really. One eye is light ice blue and the other is a light brown that's almost the ground that's frosted over mud. And yeah, she has her favorite bucket hat that she wouldn't have had on yet because the day has just begun, and she immediately jumped out of a window. But she will emerge from the pond just cold and soaked, just all of that fur just pressed flat to her body, and you can actually then see her big tufted ears for one of the first times, perhaps.
When you get inside, I think there is, without a word said about it, a blanket draped over the back of one of the chairs and part of the first aid kit set out on the table just in case you need it.
Snow was not as cushiony as I had hoped or hypothesized. It's not supposed to get cold here. Why is it cold here?
Not certain, really, but it'll be a problem for someone. There's always an adventurer of some sort willing to take on the world's problems. Shouldn't be a problem for long. Breakfast will be done soon.
It's been done for a little while. After all, Gidget probably started it at 7. So it's been magically held warm. I'm gonna say our kitchen has something to hold food warm at the perfect temperature without it getting soggy.
Yeah, I think that is completely fair.
Yeah, anytime anyone like breakfast runs until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon here, because we have such a wide variety of people that not only work here but visit. So every time like someone new pops up, they just get breakfast, including Oddball, because Gidget comes out. You know, I don't think that you should be doing morning swims when we have weather like this. You're probably gonna get a little cold there, Audie. And then first, Gidget puts the plate on the table. Second, Gidget puts Roy in your lap. Roy is warm and currently contains like a really nice, warm, like herbal berry tea for you to drink.
Oh. And the tea, does that replenish spoons? Do I remember that correctly?
Yes,
Not-
it's a brew.
Not yet.
Oh,
not.
this one does, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
a brew of comfort. So, you get to regain 3 spoons.
It's exactly how many. Yes. And to just on the note of spoons, Chris, did you say that we would typically either start with 10 or start with 6 and then roll another d6 to see how many more we start with if we're feeling chaotic?
That is correct.
All right, I'm gonna make that little how many spoons do we start with roll just to see how many I've lost and ended up with. Haha, I also rolled a 1. So I started with 7 and went down to 4, and now I'm back up to 7.
That is wonderful. That is truly beautiful.
It feels on brand, man.
It really does. So seeing as Ash went to bed closer to 3, would he be up yet, or more like sleeping until noon type of?
So I actually think Ash did something that he never does. He was so shaken up by the appearance of the snow that he's been sleeping in one of those hammocks in the library. And so as Oddball comes in dripping wet from the dip into the pond, as you're getting settled, you hear the clicking of nails on the floor as a puppy scurries across. And then you hear Ash chasing after, going, "Noodle, no, stop it. Don't set the curtains on fire again."
Oh.
And a moment later, Ash walks into the kitchen holding a pitch black puppy that has glowing red eyes and is snorting small little bits of flame as it licks Ash's face.
That is adorable. I'm going to actually avert you with a cozy coin. Every player starts each session with 2 cozy coin. I award more cozy coins when you do something especially cozy or something cool. But we'll say just for cozy. They allow you to re-roll any number of dice that's rolled under the target number on a check you make. So, but they do not carry over between sessions, so use them or lose them.
Oh, that reminds me I should go get Cerberus.
Did you all notice the snow?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely noticed. With all of my senses.
Is that why you look cold?
Yeah. It looked really fluffy, so I thought maybe if I jumped out the window, it would be fine. It was not. The more you know. I learned something today.
I'm proud of you. It's not even noon.
But yeah, isn't the whole premise of this town that the Everflame makes us not have winter?
It's part of the reason I came here. I've never seen snow like this here. I've been here quite a while.
Your voice is so soothing. Sorry, I don't, but sometimes I just say things that I think out loud.
It's quite alright, and she'll slide another tea in front of you. Be sure to stay warm today. Hopefully this
Yeah.
is just a passing storm.
Today is just the day to just cozy down and we light a fire and we get books, something, and play around.
Could go to the Everflame and see if it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like I wanted a snow day. Maybe does anyone talk to the Everflame? Does the Everflame talk?
No, I've never done that. Who would talk to a fire?
I'm sure there's some upstart adventurer who is interested in making a name for themselves. This will all get settled soon, I'm sure.
It's a mystery, and that's exciting. Oh, I have cold.
I don't know. S'mores are pretty exciting too. It is too cold to leave the house today.
But there's a question. There's a whole big question, and we don't have an answer for it, and that's the whole reason
I'll go into town with you. No, I'll go into town with you, Oddball. If you want to go into town, I'll go into town with you.
Can we talk to the fire? Can we talk to the fire?
I would like to stay away from the fire, but you can talk to the fire. I support this for you. In fact, I love this. I love this for you.
I mean, this is exciting, right? Like, it's also exciting that there's a fire that keeps winter at bay, but it's also exciting that it's something different is happening.
There are groceries we need. I guess I can come into town with you as well.
Sure.
I don't want to be here alone. I'm coming. But afterwards, we lay in front of the fire.
Okay, but do we have like a giant hair dryer or something first? I would love to not have soaked fur. Noodle. Noodle, can you like just steam my fur a little bit? Is that?
I mean, are you attached to your fur?
Literally, yes.
We could try. I can't promise you'll have all of it afterwards, but we could try.
Could be fun.
I'm gonna try to use my puppy as a hairdryer.
All right.
Sentences heard for the first time.
What was that?
Sentences heard for the first time.
All right. I'm gonna give you a choice, an option here. You can either have your puppy, you make an alchemy check, and that's gonna be just your puppy trying to control this, or you can try to make a charm check, which is you trying to control your puppy.
They're gonna end the same way, so I'm just going to accept the outcome. I will try to use a charm check, though.
May I do the help an ally action with
Please
my own
describe.
alchemy?
Describe how you do that. Like you do some magic-y stuff or something.
Yeah, so I spent some time when I was living in a commune on an abandoned fairground reading the arcane texts that I found hidden in the walls, which really informed my desire to live in the walls, about the magic of possibility. And yeah, it's like I found this choose your own adventure book and it was magic, and it was all about the magic of like things changing based slightly. So I kind of just want to try using my alchemy skills to guide the fire itself a little bit if it gets a little too close to burning my fur off, maybe. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. Yeah, you can 100% use a help a friend action.
You remind me what the mechanics of the help a friend action are. So I know
Yes.
that is a thing, but I forget what I do.
1 second. It is I'm gonna make this low, so you just make a alchemy check at target number. We're gonna say 2, and if you succeed, Ash would gain a bonus dice on their check.
Okay. Oh hell yeah! That's all right. That's 2 6s and a 4, baby.
All
I
right,
can't
so
jump out of windows, but I can do alchemy.
the duality of loose. So yeah, Ash, you can make that charm check with an extra dice then. Did I say the target number? If not, it's gonna be 3.
That is 2 1s and a 2.
Am I allowed to help out?
Yes, you could. Well, we do have cozy coins, and you are allowed to help out.
We do have cozy coins. Yes.
I would help out by bribing Noodle with some of that crispy bacon.
Okay, make me a charm check.
That's better for me because I have good. That's a 6, a 5, a 4, and a 1.
Okay, so roll an extra dice on this check as we attempt not to set our little fluffy friend on fire in the first session.
Aaron ice
That
right
is a 3.
away.
Okay, you can spin the spoon and it gets close. You get close to setting all of the fluff on fire, but you're able to maneuver and control your pup just enough so they actually dry off without setting the fur on fire.
There's just some of the tips are a little smokier than they were before, but that's fine. It's a look.
It's the opposite of frosted tips.
Lost Cheshire.
And I will say, I do think that I count that as a cozy action, so that's going to be another little cozy points for you guys.
Yeah, I'll just put my bucket hat on top and be like, all good. We're all good here. Really glad I've submerged myself in an icy pond and lit myself on fire, like, already.
And it has like hardly been an hour. This is looking good. This is looking good. So you 4 are going to walk straight into the village.
You're right, that one dead pixel. Out of order.
So, you're heading to the village, I presume, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do you, Aluin, do you, follow them, like, right away? Like, do you split up from them right away to go pick up the groceries, or do you,
She came with under the pretense of getting groceries, but there, in her eyes, is a look of curiosity. Just the hints of adventure kind of rekindling behind her normal stoicism. So she does end up following them to the flame or wherever else they are going.
Okay. And then I do have a question. Answer this remembering that this is a lot of snow that you may not have been used to. How quick are you guys walking?
At a waddle.
My instinct is not very quick, however, in an attempt to aid with our snow shoveling experience, I would love to go to our little barn and get my pet, Sir Butters Snufflewump, the Triceratops.
That is adorable.
Yeah. He's my friend. We came all the way from the fairgrounds together to explore what this place was because the Everflame sounded really cool. And now me and my dinosaur just gonna snuffle show. Shuffle snow. Shovel snow. This is just non-alcoholic peach juice, guys. I don't know what's going on with... I would love to see if my friend Butters can help push the snow out of the way as we go, and admit that I probably do not make it easier on us because I'm probably also playing in the snow.
I think the amount of time in the especially with the shield thing, I think they your good friend Butters probably would maybe give a tiny bit of boost, but your amount of playing in the snow probably like very much makes you even slower than you would have been without them. Yeah.
Ash, have you ever played in the snow?
I have. It's been a long time. Do you wanna play in the snow, Oddball? Have you ever made snow angels?
No.
Would you like me to show you how to make snow angels?
Yes, let's learn something else.
And so Ash takes you outside and finds one of the thickest, like, banks of snow, and then just drops on his back and starts moving his arms up and down. And you do probably notice that the snow around him is starting to melt.
Amazing. I make note of that, maybe literally, but then I also flop down and do the same thing, and I have a tail, so my tail's flopping back and forth this side too, so... No angel with a tail.
Do you think they've ever tried to make other images in snow? Because I've only been taught snow angels. But, like, you can make a lot of things in snow.
The potential is endless.
Weren't we supposed to be shoveling?
Oh. And I look over at Sir Butters just, like, dutifully making a path towards the village. Oh, yeah. Whoops. I got distracted.
I mean, he's doing a great job. He's doing the best job.
Best. He is the best. He is... He's in the third generation of Sir Snufflewumps in the commune that I grew up on. Proud history of dinosaurs as friends.
I always have so many questions for you, Oddball, and that's why I'm so glad that we live together.
I just, that's what it's like being in my head, but questions for everyone and everything all the time, never ending. And like, you melt snow.
And Ash looks down and like looks surprised and is like, oh, yeah, I guess I did that. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Wait, I just think it's cool. Or rather, the opposite of cool. It's warm. Huh.
Hot, warm, yeah.
I'm the one who said we should go talk to the fire, and I'm really slowing us down. I'm so sorry, everybody. I just, too many things.
All right. So
we
you
could get the others and head out.
you guys eventually maybe make it into the village proper? Maybe?
I'll be good. Oddball will keep herself on mission.
An hour and a half later then. To do that usually like 10-15 minute walk.
Yeah, and it's a little penguin waddle into the...
It's pretty empty. There's a few people like kind of shivering, even bundled up, shivering, like dusting off the entrance to their house or shop or what have you. But otherwise it seems to be pretty empty, except you see very few people walking, but you do see shivering a raspberry man, like a little walking, presumably capable of talking raspberry.
Do any of us know this raspberry man? Is he a regular around the village? I don't know. I'm new to town, so I might not.
Make me, if you want to find out, make me a target number 3 lore check.
I succeeded.
Raspberry men are specifically from outside the raspberry bush. Raspberry men are the expedited male postal workers. All of them have super speed, and they can deliver mail at supersonic speed if you need something delivered extremely quick.
Oh, wow.
So he's probably not around here. He's probably trying to deliver mail, but it's a bit cold for raspberry.
Oh, that raspberry is looking a little bit purple. Should we help?
I mean, did we lock up? We could always just, send them back to the inn.
I wonder what he's trying to deliver to, because they're delivery people. Super speed deliveries.
I thought he was just a raspberry.
I guess I shouldn't assume that all raspberry people are hired by the Raspberry People Delivery Service, the Postal Service, the RSPS? RPPS? I don't know if they have an acronym. Hey, are you lost?
A tiny bit. I know where I'm supposed to go, but the person wasn't home. Do you know Mr. Ash?
I think we all kind of turn and look.
Hi? That's me. I think.
Oh, excellent. I really want to get out of the cold. Can you just sign here? And he takes like a little clipboard out of his magic raspberry pockets.
A name.
And Ash takes it and starts to sign, and then is like, "Would you like to come warm up? There's a bed and breakfast right down the road."
I'm gonna run to some place warm with sand and waves. He hands you a letter and then says, if you ever need any quick delivery, you can always find the Raspberry Postal Delivery Service. And hands, and then you just see a blur, and then like kind of almost like tracks. He runs so fast you don't see footprints, it's just a line, and he runs away. Let me know if the font is not readable there, JD, and I can get you the raw text.
I hope he gets
Nope,
to the
I can
page.
read that. And Ash takes a moment to open the letter and just kind of stares at it for a long moment. He smiles a bit to himself, but his eyes look sad, and he folds it up and puts it in his pocket and says, "Well, I might have another stop for today."
Alright, where
I'm,
you gonna elaborate, or is it a secret?
I wasn't going to elaborate, but I can elaborate, especially because I don't know that I'm the best person to do this. Hey, do you know about foliage?
You mean the stuff that grows on trees?
Yes, that would count, yes.
Then yes.
Okay. I'm looking for some alpine forget-me-nots.
Then no.
Oddball?
Would I know about these particular botanical
I don't know. That's fine. Let's find out with a little lore check. Target number 3, but also let me know if you pass at target number 4.
1 fail, that's 2 fails. That's a success, and that's a fail. So that's a cool only 1 above the target number.
Do you spin the spoon?
Do I spend the spoon? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
So,
I'm impulsive.
Yeah. We'll get there. Here's what you know about Alpine Forget-Me-Nots, along with some context. They're a flower. They tend to grow in a bit colder locations than most flowers. So you could actually. So the village of Everflame itself is usually pretty nice climate. But as soon as you step outside the perimeter, it's pretty cold because of all the mountain stuff. You're seeing that now with out the Everflame's protection. As such, there's a lot that would grow, but there's a specific type of Alpine Forget-Me-Nots called Everflame Alpine Forget-Me-Nots. They only grow the first week of winter. They only blossom the first week of winter, which is right now.
That's awesome. Oh, okay. I read about these in one of my monster books because their monsters eat them. I can look them up in a book, and I will pull a book out of my backpack and give myself a paper cut, and that was the spoon that I lost. But yeah, I will relay that information.
Okay, yeah, we should see if we can track some down.
All right.
It could be an adventure.
Going outside of the city.
100% on board.
Going outside of the city this time of year is not the safest thing to do.
It's already really cold in here.
Yes, but there are monsters out there.
That's what I mean. It's already really cold in here, and I don't like that. I mean, it's to help Ash, though.
No, I mean, if you think it's too dangerous, I mean, I don't want to put any of us into danger by going out there.
She kind of stops and takes a long look at each of you. Are you going to go out there anyways the next time I'm not looking? Because if so, I might as well just come with.
I mean, I'm not.
I prefer not to if I have any other choice. I'm the exact opposite of a fighter.
Totally go with you. I might go anyway. It's in there now.
In fact, I'm triggering. This is a scene. I'm triggering your vibe. You are. If you want, I'll give you a chance to regain 4 spoons. If you flat out say you will go as soon as your back is turned.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Since I was already gonna do it, be like, yeah, no, it's already in the head. It's already in my head. I gotta find these things, and I gotta know what Ash needs them for, and it'll be fun. And then maybe we'll find some things about the snow and why there's snow. There could be clues.
Well, we came all the way into town. Let's at least talk to whoever you wanted to talk to find out what's going on. And then if you are determined to head outside the city, I will come with you to make sure you come back. It's the least I can do.
All right. So you guys were going to the actual Everflame, right?
Where is that in relation to?
I imagine it's at the center of a town. There's kind of like a maybe church-like structure, but like a bell tower. But instead of a giant bell, there's a giant fire. And yeah, it's you can walk up and you can get near the Everflame, and it seems very small. And every now and then it flickers blue, and this will be a new scene because it's like scene transition like a movie.
Do you get, because our vibes are our way of getting spoons back, so do I get my 4 spoons for taking the Cozy Master's suggestion of a course of action?
Yeah. Yes,
Cool.
You do.
I'm like a plot hook taker machine.
Yes, you literally are. And there's also a reason why I might have said there's a new scene.
So that you can make me impulsive again, because the Cozy Master can suggest a course of action that an impulsive vibe character can choose to take in exchange for spoons once per scene. Oh man, am I gonna touch it?
Do you want to touch it?
I want to touch it.
It doesn't. So here's why you were thinking about touching it. It doesn't seem. It doesn't seem too hot, and that's kind of like weird that you're very close to this fire and you aren't like sweating or anything.
Everflame, are you okay? You okay? What's going on? I don't know if you can hear me. You're probably not a sapient thing, but you might be. I don't know. I don't know your magic. That's why I came to this town. Are you good? Are you sick? Touch it.
And you touch it. Everyone, make me a target number 3 lore check, and this is like a mint to resist against some sort of mental thing.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I don't even have 3 dice.
Neither do I.
And so when we have 3, does meets it beats it?
Yes.
Okay, then I got a 5 and a 6 in addition to a 2.
Right, I got my 3 successes.
I got a 2 and a 3.
I got 2 successes, so I'll spend a spoon.
Okay.
I will not bother to spend a spoon. I'm gonna take whatever repercussions happen.
Good.
Then you hear flickering in the back of your mind, almost like a fire, which I think you are very familiar with thoughts flickering like fires there, Ash. I just understood the pun that is your name. Wow. You feel a thought, you hear a thought. The touch feels nice.
I think it wants you to keep petting it.
I think it does too.
The 2 different tones of voice of that statement have me concerned. Keep petting it. This should burn, right? This should be hurting.
Oh yeah. I didn't mention that because like there's nothing to mention because the fire isn't burning you right now.
Owen is standing there quietly with her head kind of cocked to the side, just watching the scene play out.
You know, this way you could probably take it home to the barn.
That the city needs this. It's probably best if it stays here. I don't think it needs it in our barn.
I don't know, I'm just saying it enjoys the pets. And the barn's technically still in the city, so it should still work.
And you can talk to the fire.
I think the fire's talking to us.
Yeah. Not the first weird thing I've had in my head, so...
If
I'm going to elaborate on that because...
No.
If I glance around, are there any authority figures here? Somebody who could give us more information?
Only you.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, actually, no, there's not. So that's just so not the vibe, like authority in the village in this economy. Nah.
Screw cops.
There are no cops in Everflame. This is community care.
For real though.
Then I will glance at Ash. Any idea? This sort of magic is kind of up your alley?
I guess, could I do a lore check on that?
Yes, what are you trying to
I think I'm trying to use my understanding of fire and flames to understand how the Everflame might be similar / different.
Okay, yes. Yeah, make a let's make a target number oh, we're gonna make this ours. We're gonna make a target number 5, but I'm gonna let you use alchemy or lore and I'm gonna give you a bonus dice because you know a lot about fire magic.
Can I assist by like talking him through the stuff I know Ash has been studying?
Yeah, make a target number 3 alchemy check, and if you pass, extra dice for Ash.
Alchemy's my dump stat. I can't pass that.
And then no, you cannot.
I was trying to be charming and helpful as an innkeeper. I've been listening to what Ash has been talking about.
You know what? That's a good argument. Make it use charm then.
Thank you.
Repeating things my sister has said about anesthesia, even though I can only sort of understand half of it. Oh yeah, you were talking about this drug that I can't pronounce.
Mm-hmm. 2 6s and a 3, so it's 3 successes.
Holy, yeah. Take that extra dice then. So that's
Okay.
your alchemy is 4, so you're rolling 6 dice, I think. That's a lot.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And that's 4 6s.
Holy. Okay. So that's a 6666. I think that's the right number of 6s. We're gonna pretend I did. That is a amazing super success. Super successes are criticals. You need 4 or more dice that meets or beats the target number to get a super success, and then I tell you really cool shit if something really cool happen. Yeah, fire doesn't talk. Fire doesn't have thoughts. Sometimes fire has emotions, but this is not regular fire. This is maybe something living, something primordial, ancient. The way it's communicating is this very ancient telepathy. It's just kind of feels, and then you can feel it as well. And then also I'll let you know for the people who passed, you can just choose to let the thoughts in now. Or Ash knows this and he can tell them that if they want, but you can also keep that secret.
No, I think Ash relays all of that to everyone and looks in this moment like he never looks really comfortable when you're around the Everflame, but he looks actually a little more curious at this point and just says, I felt a lot of things with fire, but it's never tried to communicate with me like this. And I'm wondering if it can talk to us, if we can figure out how to help.
That makes sense. I've seen weirder things.
Well,
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen?
Beings made completely of water eating Jello snacks, I think was probably the weirdest.
Anna, take a cozy coin. That is so the vibes that I want to proliferate into the world, and you got it. You understood the assignment. Take the cozy coin.
I once made friends with a pig that led an army of potatoes, so.
the commune and abandoned fairgrounds, and all y'all have weirder stories than me. This is incredible.
You're the normal one of the group.
Oddball's the normal one.
I mean, not that weird things didn't happen there. I did know someone named Pansy who was maybe made out of leaves and lived in the Ferris wheel.
That sounds strangely lovely.
Yeah, no, every different cart was a different room of her little home. She was really crafty and got it working again, and so she could just let it run until it got the room that she wanted arrived at the station.
It's a very interesting home.
Jello. Water people eating Jello.
Yeah, that's a story for another time, though. We have a living flame.
Do you want to try to talk to an oddball?
I think we can all talk to it. I mean, I don't necessarily feel like talking to people is my strong suit. Mostly because I don't know when to or how to shut up. But hey, are you sick? Are you sick? What's your name? Do you have a name?
I'm sad.
Oh. Wait, is that your name or your how you are?
I have a. My name is, and then you see the fire just flicker.
Oh, cool. I don't know what the extent of our magical capabilities are. I know that the system said that we could all do basic magic attacks, but can we do slight magical visual effects like a prestidigitation cantrip?
That probably falls under, depending on the amount, that probably falls under rituals.
Sorry, what?
Rituals, which are
Rituals,
like,
gotcha.
yes.
Okay. I was just gonna try to recreate the flicker to say like, oh, hi! But
I think Ash probably could do that, specifically because of fire.
Oh, okay. Not that you.
Ash will try. Yeah. Ash will try.
I think it would be simple enough, Ash. I wouldn't even make Ash roll for it.
Oh, I didn't know I could do that. That was cool.
I mean, that's a really nice name. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. So how can we cheer you up, friend?
It's okay. I just, don't feel like doing anything.
It's okay. You might feel like it
Relatable.
tomorrow, but is there anything we can do for you today?
I don't think so. My girlfriend left town to see her parents, and it's like we are still really we've only moved in with each other 1,000 years ago, so the relationship is really kind of new and stuff. So this is the first time we are apart, and still new relationship, and it's the first time I've been apart from her, and since we start dating 1,000 years ago. It's just been 1,000 years, but I've just am really sad.
I mean, if you like, you can come back home with us and we can keep you company until she returns.
Yeah, Gidget is really good at comfort.
I do feel like I could use some comfort. But I shouldn't go home with strangers who are
We run a business, actually, so it's actually our business to let people come in when they're lonely.
Make me a charm check.
That is a 6, a 5, a 3, and a 2.
I'm gonna a 6, a 5, a 3. I'm gonna say spin the spoon. That's
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I know where you're talking about. The little bed and breakfast by the farm.
Yeah, we have a little farm and we have a tower. We do have a lake. I wouldn't suggest you go in there. Audie did it this morning and she came back really, really cold. But I like to lay in our sunroom, which probably be a lot warmer than it is out here. And I can make snacks and we can talk and we can read stories. And I'm sure Ash has some really, really cool dog tricks that he show off with Noodle, and Addie has a whole bunch of stories.
Ash, did you bring Noodle, or is Noodle back at the cottage possibly destroying shit?
I think given that Noodle has come along with us, and so Noodle is probably like twisting the leash around Ash's feet at this point, just like going in circles around him.
See? He can make donuts.
You know, I might swing by later this evening to have some company.
We'll make s'mores.
That would be nice. I love heating up s'mores.
Can even burn some for you, so you can taste them.
Oh, that would be really wonderful.
Just petting the flame again.
Yeah, I probably need to get some of my things. If you look around, there are absolutely nothing here, but she claims she needs to get some of her things.
Do you need help?
It's okay, you have already been so kind.
I mean, we can be kinder and we can help you take your stuff if you need it.
No, I think you, my stuff is more like things conceptually related to the essence of fire and stuff. It would be kind of hard for you to carry.
Fascinating.
I mean, we could always try, but if you're okay, that's okay too. Elwyn says so we should always be good customer service people.
We're trying to create a safe and welcoming place for those who don't normally have it. So whatever we can do to make that happen.
Ah, don't make the GM cry. That is a really sweet sentiment. Oh, thank you for your hospitality.
Of course.
Okay, but we should also be good friends, right? And find the botany for Ash outside of the city in the adventure. So
We should get
try
some
to find
gear.
another.
We should get some gear first from the B&B. We don't want to head out there unprepared just in case.
What do you
I
think
don't
we'll
know
need?
anything about preparation. I moved here on a whim, so all I brought were books and a dinosaur and dinosaur snacks. So
I would like to bring a weapon at least. Some of you may want a few more layers. It's going to be even colder out there.
all right, this is a fair compromise. We'll get stuff and then we'll go on the adventure. And then have some wars with the Everflame.
Yeah, I like that. I can meet you back at your bed and breakfast this evening.
Oh, cool. That's
Sounds
so cool.
like a party.
Okay. So I rewarded you some cozy points for getting the Everflame to stay at your bed and breakfast. Things I did not expect to happen. And then we are going to you're going to dash weekend real quick unless there's anything you need to RP. What are you going, like anything specific you need to grab at that? So the CM knows.
Elwyn specifically comes out wearing some older adventuring clothes and a breastplate that's kind of has some gouges in it, nicks in it, looks very used. And leaning against her shoulder is the glaive that you normally see hanging up on the wall behind the desk for the B&B. She has pulled it down off the wall. It's a glaive that has a winged snake wrapped up around it. The blade of the glaive is the snake's wing. She's just casually holding it against her shoulder.
God, she's cool.
Hopefully we won't need any of this, but it never hurts to be prepared.
I want to be like you when I grow up. I don't actually. I don't know that I want to adventure, but you're really cool.
It's a hard life.
This is just all of us hero worshipping Elwyn. Yeah, I think Oddball comes out in just like a really poofy like snowsuit, like full snowsuit, very like patches of like primary colors, trading the bucket hat in for like one of those like warm hats with the ear flaps, and just a bag that looks suspiciously like it only has books in it, one of which is going to be like a wilderness guide to arcane flora and fauna. And another is her book in progress of a compendium of the monsters that she hopes to see while she's in this area.
You don't have to say out loud. You can message me privately. You said that seems to be filled with books. Is it actually just filled with books?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We can be coy about
exactly what she says she is.
Gidget comes out like 15 minutes later with a like one of those large camping backpacks on. I'm bringing snacks. And then you see like from the top of it, like there's a little snout peeking out, and you can just see Roy like snorting every so often. And instead of like the little pig snort, it sounds like a tea kettle whistle, and little like smoke pops out of it.
Take your cozy coin. That's just so cute.
Okay.
I've wrapped Sir Butters up in like one of those like dog sweaters, but like baby dinosaur sized, with like a hat over the like horns, just stretched all the way over. This little crochet hat.
Yeah. Also, Gidget's onesie. This is purely aesthetic. But when they come back out, it looks like it's like put on some fluff, like one of those really, really chubby raccoons. Mostly because it's going into like winter mode.
Adorable.
Iconic. Ash doesn't come out with that much. He was already wearing like a pea coat and a beanie on his head. He's added a couple of scarves since we're going to be out, and some leather gloves. But I think more notably, he has a backpack and then also a bag slung over his shoulder. And that's because the backpack is one of those bubble backpacks, and Noodle is inside of it. And then he is carrying a separate bag with like some water and thermoses of hot chocolate and things like that.
That is adorable. Okay, and so as you guys go off, that is going to be where we're going to take our little break. We'll be back in a bit. See you then. Hello. We are back to the Everflame's Winter, this little Cottages and Cerberus cozy cottage core RPG here on the Lost Caravan RPG. we're going to pick up part 2 of this streams, this session. But before we do that, we're going to ease back in, get a bit more familiar with the mechanics. And I'm going to just go around, let's see, and I'm going to ask you guys, what is your character vibe? A vibe is how your character regains spoons. Narratively, it's basically what recharges you. So let's go with that person who we know is the answer for.
You know, I may or may not be impulsive. Yeah, impulsivity is my vibe, which just means that if I take, if the Cozy Master says, like, hey, you're feeling this impulsive, I'm like, all right, I do that. I can regain spoons. And I love it, even though I have been impulsively beating you to the punch on doing dumb stuff like jumping out of the window first thing.
Like,
so.
you are being so impulsive, you're really living up to it. I love it. JD, what's his Ash's vibe?
Ash's vibe is actually night owl. So not only is he a night owl, that is also his vibe. And so he regains 2 spoons each time we start a scene in the dark.
All right. Alice, what's his Gidget's vibe? I think you might have given us a tiny bit of little sneak peek, a little foreshadowing.
A little bit. Gidget is a pacifist. So I prefer solving problems without violence. At the end of a combat scene, I do lose 2 spoons. At the end of a non-combat scene, I regain 3.
All right. Last but not least, Anna, what is Aluren's vibe?
Almost pretty much the complete opposite of Gidget's. Actually, the life of an adventurer is often one of violence or fighting. Owen's vibe is cunning. So when anyone deals extra damage to a monster by targeting its weakness, I regain 2 spoons.
All right, and that's a good chance to navigate both back into the game, but also we're going to be transitioning from, there's 2, maybe 3 modes of play with CNC. There is cozy mode, which is little cozy. That's what we've been in. Your role play, do chores around the cottage, get cozy points. Then there are adventure modes, which is split up between hunt and combat. I'm not saying there's something, but this might be the hunt part of the adventure mode. Every monster comes with a hunt, which is kind of like a little adventure that ramps up to meeting the monster itself. And so you guys are going to be walking. There's a hill. It's a decently big hill up a bit away from the village, maybe about a hour hike. It is snowy. It is cold. I need everyone to make a muscle check. Basically, to just grit the cold is going to be target number 3. This is going to be happening throughout this campaign, and it will be getting harder every single session.
Great, cool.
Who is going to have
quick. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, who's going to have the hardest time with that? Okay. Are either of you close to being able to succeed, or are you both way off?
I think you're both ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't help you that much.
I got a 5, a 4, and a 4.
Okay.
Before we fully set off into the snow, I think that as we are like on the edge of town, I keep trying to call myself Butters, but that is Sir Butters, my dinosaur. God, I love being able to say that. But Oddball is going to be like, I just want to do something real quick. Remember how I was talking about possibility? I'm going to surround us with some possibilities, and I'm going to use one of my abilities, Fairy Lantern, to surround myself with 1d6 lanterns floating about my head. And that's a 6, baby! It's actually a little horseshoe with a little thing, because I got this from Dakota Irish, who doesn't sponsor us, but they could. Yeah, so I am surrounded by 6 little floating ethereal lanterns.
All right. So that is also that's a maintain. You can those are basically concentrations that set no other rules other than you can only have one maintain thing up at a time. This is a special maintain thing because you can maintain it between scenes. Very, very, very strategic there.
So, the ability is that I can use one of these to boost a check. Will you remind me what boosting a check does?
Boost is the status condition that gives you an extra dice on the check. So
Okay.
it's +1 dice.
So I could have 2 dice to make this check, but I would also still not be able to make it.
Correct, but it gives you a better chance of being able to spin the spoon. I'll tell you, if you fail this, if you can spin the spoon and lose 1 spoon, or you can fail the check and get frostbite and lose 3 spoons.
Okay.
I'll use one of my fairy lanterns since I rolled well.
Can I also help out?
Yeah, how are you gonna help out?
I take Roy out of the backpack and I stick him in Audie's hands.
You know what? I don't think you even need to check for that. Just take the bonus dice.
Okay, so then I will expend one of my fairy lanterns and just be like, I think I need a little bit more possibility if I'm gonna be going out into the cold. I forgot how much of a wimp I am, even though I'm furry. Thank you, Roy. You are an angel and a treasure, and I love you.
There's just that little like whistle.
5, 3 5s, baby. I am good.
You are good. Statistically, this probably doesn't look great for Ash.
Well, okay, so Chris, hear me out. I am filled with fire. I am hot.
And dog.
I will take other consequences other than frostbite, but I feel like I could kind of burn the frostbite off.
You know what? We'll compromise and I'll give you a bonus dice on this check so you can roll 2.
Okay, so before you roll then, seeing you struggling, Elwyn will stop next to you and touch a finger to her forehead, and a shimmer kind of runs across her forehead in the shape of a constellation, kind of a blue silvery light, and then it fades away and you feel a warmth inside of you, and I will give you fortune on this roll. I am invoking my rune of fortune, because Elwyn is a rune knight.
So fortune is
Amazing.
basically advantage. Roll like normal. Find every dice that rolls under the target number. Re-roll that dice.
And the target number was 3?
That it was 3 this session.
Both were 3s.
Spin the spoon. You take a bit of extra energy. I think maybe you're using a tiny bit of magic like constantly to keep yourself warm, getting that fire going a tiny bit, ambient fire magic. But you guys are good, and you walk up, and then eventually you find a giant hill. It's about it's about like it's a really big hill. I'm talking like 15 minutes to walk up it to get to the actual top size hill. Despite being elevated, the snow there is thinner than it is around where you are. There are also a bunch of tiny alpine forget-me-nots, but there are also many, like too many to count, gigantic forget-me-nots. These are about like, I would say, 10, 20 feet high each.
That's so cool. That wasn't in the books that I read. This is why you have to go out into the real world and experience all of the cool stuff firsthand and hope it doesn't kill you before you can write it down.
Are they supposed to be this big?
I don't think so, but I only got one success on that check, so.
Cool. Let me see. So,
What they taste like.
did you say what do they
Immediately
taste like?
forget.
Yeah, yes, I did ask. What
So,
they taste like.
how's everyone's spoon counts looking?
Pull up, but I'm still gonna go lick it.
I have 8. I'm doing okay.
Okay.
I have 7.
When we regain spoons from an ability, that just means it brings us back to the top, not like added, right?
Correct.
Okay, then I have 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna lick one.
Yeah, can you roll me a d6?
Right? Sure, sure can. That's a 3, boring number, right in the middle.
Yeah, there's no reason, nothing happens.
Like that. I don't like that at all. What does it taste like?
Oh, interesting. It tastes like it's kind of reminds you of sunflowers.
Nice. How many of these do you need? Can I eat one?
I mean, I don't need them all. My my sister asked me if I could send her some. Ash just never mentioned having a sister.
Nice. I bet we can make tea with these.
We're sure they're
Are
not
they safe
poison,
to do
right?
that with?
No clue.
Yeah.
But
We'll find out.
Does Oddball look like they're doing okay after licking it? Are we seeing any weird effects?
pupils blown, sweat.
Oddball is doing fine. I haven't
Taking
made them
off
roll for anything, so they're fine.
little pieces of the rest of the flour, and I'm just. This is how you do science.
We need to assign them a trip sitter.
I don't know if that's true.
I mean, Audie is a scientist, so it sounds true to me.
Honestly, I never had any formal education.
I mean, neither did I.
Well, we found the flowers, so I mean, should we be getting back to town?
First, this is mostly 4 points of. I'm gonna have this affect posy points. Someone, I mean, Ash, are you taking the charge of grabbing the flowers? Make me a lore check, target number 3, and this is just for basically being how good, how like well and proper you got the flowers, how long they will last, the quality, that type of stuff.
May I help?
You don't
If
need
you-
to. I got a 5 and 2 6s.
Yay.
Okay, so that's gonna be a few.
Although if
posy
I help, you
points.
might get a super success.
Ooh. I just want to know now how you're helping me, because I feel like I'm gonna like the answer to that.
Man, now I gotta like come up with something good. I was just like gonna prance through the area trying to pick some of reasonable size and also seeing what happens if I just jump on one of the big ones and see if it like supports my weight and that kind of thing. Which, now that I say it, oh my god, Alice, your cat. So cute.
Do you do that, Adi?
Ew.
Roll me another d6 there.
It's a 1.
Okay, you are fine. I'm just rolling a dice here for no reason.
To make me paranoid.
And got a 6. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you can.
Rollicking help, maybe?
Yeah, roll an extra dice there.
I mean, do you want me to roll, or me roll lore, or
Ash.
No,
Ash.
okay.
I was pointing on the screen, which would not be visible.
All right, that is now 3 6s under 5.
That's a super success, which means you did extremely well there, and that's going to be a lot of freaking cozy points.
While we're frolicking, or while I'm frolicking and you're maybe picking flowers like a normal person, I don't know how you pick flowers. Can I be like, so you have a sister? What's that about?
I have a sister. Is that weird?
I don't know. I don't really have much of a concept of biological family. Is she your biological sister?
Yeah. Yeah, she is. My younger sister, Poppy.
What's that like?
It was, I mean, I'm not going to say it was nice growing up because, I mean, she was my younger sister. She could be so annoying. It absolutely drove me up a wall most of the time, but I miss her. I miss her a lot. She's a good kid. I think wants these flowers to maybe flirt with a girl.
You should tell her that they are kind of good eating. They kind of taste like sunflowers.
Let's make sure that you're okay first. It would be really bad if I told my sister that and
She poisoned her would-be girlfriend.
and
Yeah,
that weren't the
see
case.
how that'd be awkward. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if this is like a social cue that I'm missing or whatever, but like, if you miss her, why aren't we with her? We lose Alice?
I think we lost Alice.
We may have lost Alice.
Go find Alice!
Anyways, you're not missing a social cue. I'm weird when I talk about family. My parents don't really want me to talk to Poppy.
I kind of figured you might keep going, but was that the end of the sentence?
That was, but I can say more. I'm just not used to talking about this. Some not so good stuff happened in the village I grew up in. I was kind of responsible. That's why I am here. Because my parents and most of the people in the village don't want me there because I might burn it to the ground. Because I almost did.
Oh.
But it's fine. Like, it's totally fine. It's not something to worry about. It's why I stay in the tower.
I mean, that seems extremely unfair of them to me. I mean, I don't really get biological family dynamics. But I feel like someone was always almost burning the fairgrounds down, and that never made anybody more than a little bit, like, maybe irritable.
You know, that tracks with everything you've told me about the fairground on both counts, that it was almost getting burned down and that everyone was chill with it.
Is that weird?
For where I come from, yes.
Okay, well, it's weird to me that your family would judge you for burning things down.
Thanks.
Speaking of family, my mom is right there. She's very cool.
What?
That was Sarah Tripp. That was my mom. My mom walked in.
Okay.
As I was saying,
I had this moment where I was like, oh my god, are you hallucinating?
I didn't change my voice, so that's fair. I just
The flower finally kicked in. You were saying things.
I'm high on alpine blossoms. Yeah, no, my mother just walked into the room while I was like, it seems weird that people would be mad at you for committing arson. So
Great time for them to walk in. Hey, while this is going on, you two are distracted by this conversation, and I don't know where Gidget is. So Elwyn. Oh, hey, perfect time. Say their name and they will appear.
hey.
Gidget and Elwyn, please, while this conversation is happening, please make me a target number 6 alchemy check for noticing something.
While the alchemy kids are over talking about family and pyromania.
And I'm gonna just be rolling a little dice here, no reason. Hey, another 6. That's really bad. Elwyn, Gidget, alchemy check.
Yeah, I mean, I was only rolling one die and it was not a success.
Okay. How about Gidget?
Yay, I'm back.
Hey!
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I think my internet just decided to crash on me.
That sounds like the internet.
Anyways, what did I miss?
A little RP between Ash and Oddball. And then I'm having you make a check. Alchemy, target number 6.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna happen. I got like a 1 in alchemy.
Okay. Well then, luckily, I'll say the conversation ends and everyone gets another chance to make that check, including the two who were talking earlier. And I'm gonna be rolling my own dice for some reason. Wow.
I'm scared. Goose egg.
Is it still target number 6?
Still target number 6.
1 success.
Do you spin the spoon?
Yes.
You see one of the giant alpine forget-me-nots. It looks like the dock is moving, bending, curving, not snapping. And for a second, you think the head, where the around the actual flowers. You thought you saw an eye blink open and then close.
Is
Hey,
this
did
the one
that
that I've,
flower
like,
just
jumped
look
on?
at us?
I think so, because I'm spending. I had 1 success as well on my 1 die, so I'm spending a spoon as well to see that.
Yeah. It definitely, you definitely think that thing just blinked at you.
I think it did, and she'll kind of take a step forward and put her glaive in front of her. And for those who have looked at her tattoos, they are a number of different scenes that kind of mix and weave together and swirl together. As she reaches over and presses a hand against her left arm, where there is a bird kind of flying through some of the scenes, trailing fire behind it. And as she touches it, it lights up orange, and the orange kind of runs through the lines of the tattoos in her arm down to the glaive, and the glaive lights on fire. I will invoke the rune of elements.
Sick.
Awesome, and I think, specifically Ash, but I might give you anyone else like half second to do anything before something happens. I don't know what.
Audie's just
I think
like
Ash
hanging
is
off
just.
the-
I was just gonna say, I think Ash is just stepping back. Like, as Elwyn moves forward, Ash is like, I'm going in the opposite direction.
I'm just hanging off of the stalk of one of these that I've jumped on to see if it'll support my weight, and being like, what do you mean? I didn't see anything.
And then you feel slight trembles as the ground, as like the type of tremble like if you were to removed a really large tree and the roots were kind of under you as it got removed, as that flower jumps out of the ground. And then you see shimmering blue scales, for this is no flower. This is a gigantic snake. Blue shimmering scales. Its head is adorned with the flowers. I'll post the link, and also if you can put up the picture on stream as we fight this little serpent. Every monster in C&C comes with either a challenge or with a variation. This is a variation of the sunflower serpent. This is a ice variation. And so we're gonna start combat. There is no initiative in C&C. Instead, the monster always starts combat with its opener. This is a big thing that makes the players cry as they lose lots of stuff. Then the monster gets its turn, and then we'll get to the players. But so the opener is in addition to its actual turn. The Alpine Forget-Me-Not Serpent is going to use Sunhead. It looks up to the sky, and you see its photosynthesizes. And you feel energy kind of blast out of it. 2 things are going to happen. First, this creature has what are called solar points. It's absorbs energy from the sun and then uses it for me to spin to do cool stuff. So I'm gonna roll a d6. Wow, okay. Every time I was rolling d6s, the monster was storing up solar power. Secondly, everyone is going to lose just 1 spoon this time. Now I have to decide what I want to do.
God, that's the hardest part of living.
This is so hard. You were messing with. Oh, do I be mean?
I've got it coming, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, you were playing with the you were playing with the flowers. I'm gonna spend 5 solar points. As you come, it charges out after you, and you see solar energy, fire encase its fangs as it chomps down. Please lose 5 spoons.
I would like to use a reaction, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
please do.
Owen sees that immediately. Her hand goes up to her chest, where there's you can't see it under the armor, but there's a tattoo of a violinist leaping in front of what looks like a dragon's breath, and getting caught in that. And Elwyn will kind of phase out, and a almost ghostly version of her kind of dances in front and deflects part of this blow with her glaive. I will grant you armor 3 by activating the rune of shielding.
So beautiful.
So you'll have armor 3 for 1 round.
So armor, would that just reduce the amount of spoon loss that I took by the armor amount? Is that
So let me check what version of armor you have so we are consistent here. So I'll let you
probably check what my
I'll let you redo this. Armor isn't damage reduction, is kind of damage reduction. If you are dealt 3 or less damage, it's flats out 0. But if you're dealt more than 3 damage, all the damage goes through. So it's like a damage threshold.
Okay, so it doesn't.
I might be able to. My Triceratops does something with armor that I'm going to check on.
Yes.
Sir Butters is an armor buffer.
And armor stacks, by the way. So this might actually work.
Question. Yeah. So my baby Triceratops.
I think it is plus 2 armor.
Yeah. Whenever passive. The Triceratops shields protected. It has armor 2. It grants its armor 1. So I have armor 1 from Sir Butters, but I do not have enough. So that 3 would not do anything. As much as I love
that,
appreciate you.
That would have been really cool. That was a really cool description.
It was so close. It's a beautiful rune. Did you come up with those tattoo images, Anna?
Yeah, those all pertain to her backstory.
Okay, cool. I really love the details.
Ask her about them sometime.
You know I will. I'm gonna ask all y'all about your backstories.
Okay, then I will not invoke that rune then, if it will not.
That would have been really cool if that worked. Let's see. And yeah, that's gonna be its turn. So now it's gonna be the player's turn. What would you guys like to do? You can move in any order. Remember, your pets get their own turn.
I mean, I'll be quick if everyone else wants a little bit of time to think about it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm taking initiative here.
Guys, I think we might have been picking the wrong kind of flowers. Hi, excuse me, I am so sorry for my friends and or coworkers. I'm not really sure where our boundaries are at right now. But if we accidentally hurt you, please let us know. We can maybe help a little bit. But we're just trying to find flowers, not you kind of flowers, unless you're also named Flowers, in which case, hi. I don't think we came out here hunting monsters. So, sorry.
Do you have any abilities that let you talk to animals?
I have my heart.
I almost took the ability to talk to animals.
And even if it doesn't understand humanoid language, I'm just trying to still be nice. And I'd also hold out let's see, snakes are carnivores, but plants are plants, and they drink water. So I'd probably hold out some fish jerky for it.
The monster looks at you. Maybe do a snake salivate? I say they salivate. And it's going to look at you.
Yeah, I toss it.
And just growl at you. You look like a tasty snack for next round.
I'd still just toss the jerky to the snake.
It eats it. It goes straight into its mouth.
I mean, snakes do sense their surroundings by smell via their tongues. They gather sensory details on their tongues and flick it up to their Jacobson organ on the top of their head.
No, I'm not sure. Was that Trip or was that Oddball speaking?
Yeah,
It might have been both.
Yes to both.
All right. I'll let you still have a turn if you would like to, Gadget.
I'm trying to see if the snake is hurt, if it needs healing, and what I can do to make it better.
Make me a lore check then. You're bad at those, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say target number 4. I was gonna be 5 till you told me you were bad at them.
I mean, I still can't get it with a 4, but can I use a cozy point to succeed?
Well, you could always, if you roll 1-4, you can use a cozy coin to re-roll that. And
may I take my turn to do the help action because I'm not prepared to hurt these yet. So I would be happy
yes,
to
you
help with
may.
that. Oh, but I can only give you 1 more die. Would that help?
I have 2 in lore.
So I could, if I give you 1 more die, you could get it. So
I'm using a cozy point.
Using my Jacobson organ comment, I do not succeed at helping you because I rolled straight 3s. Sorry. Oh wait, I have 4 dice for lore. So 3 3s and a 5. So I got 1 5, but that would not make the cut.
Unfortunately.
I got a 6 and a 4. If I use 1 cozy point, do I reroll both of them, or is only 1?
You roll everything that gets under the target number.
Okay. So that's 2 6s, a 4, and then that's a 1. But I'm gonna. I have 3 cozy points, so I'll use another cozy point. Reroll the 1 to get a 5.
Okay.
So 6, 6, 4, and 5.
This thing is like kind of hungry. Like you're looking to figure out snake lore and biology. Snake biology, not lore. Just like this thing is a bit hungry, but it's also kind of bored. You look good. He kind of wants a new, different type of snack.
Can I play fetch with it? If I just keep tossing the snake jerky.
You know what?
Is Warden is hungry?
Well, you can certainly try.
Enrichment in its habitat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's
Ash,
me and Gidget.
Yes, that is.
I think Ash is most focused on how can we get out of this situation as quickly as possible. So he is looking for what is going to be the quick and safest exit, especially with the possibility that this creature could chase us.
Okay. Want to roll for it?
Sure. Yes, I would love to.
Make me a lore check. Target number 3, but also let me know if you pass it at target number 5.
That is a 3, a 4, and a 5.
So you could either pass it for free, or you could pass it at 5 and spin the spoon. Your choice.
I will spin take it as it is and not spend a spoon.
Okay. You know, ice and snow are pretty slippery. This is a really open area, so there's not lots of things we can do, but there is a hill that you could go down. Maybe like some sort of sliding, but on a thing, like maybe a sledding down or something?
Hey, Oddball, you got anything we could use for some sledding?
We could take the snake sledding.
Oh, we could do the snake sledding. We could make the snake into a slide for icy. I don't know.
I don't think that snake is interested in being your friend. It wants to eat you.
I can feed it and it can be my friend.
Okay, so I canonically said that I have nothing but books in my backpack.
You canonically said that. There's gonna be a recording. We can check back.
Even specified, yeah. We can check the playback, and I said I only had books. So I'm like,
and I asked you, and you were like, "Yeah, it doesn't just look like it. I actually only have books." So yeah, yeah.
I even thought during our break, like, I should figure out if I would have anything else in that backpack. But no, I said only books. So I'm like, can you sled on a book?
If you're desperate enough.
I've certainly sled on books through backpacks when I was a school child. Like, it wasn't smart, but it was bumpy. But yeah, you can attempt it.
We should try it then.
But that does sound like an action. So
toss you the flattest book, the biggest, flattest book I have. It's a picture book about monsters.
Elwyn, you are the last to have gone.
I am torn. There's a hardness in Owen's face and a fierceness in her eyes that you have not seen at the Spear's Point at the bed and breakfast.
Follow your character's bliss, or whatever is going on here.
Yeah. Instincts kick in, I think. And there's a run and almost a slide on the snow in front of her friends here. And I think she is going to strike out at this monster, not to kill it, but to try and scare it away.
Yeah, so just for record, I was always planning for if you reduce a monsters to 0 health, it scares away. That was kind of always how I was going to run it for this campaign. So okay, make me a let's see. So usually for the first session of a campaign, I run what is called easy mode. If you're familiar with Pathfinder 2e, it's basically like the it's the one adjustment, the weak adjustment. I saw your guys' character sheets and decided I was not using easy mode.
I feel like that's mostly my fault.
It's a bit your fault. Make me a target number 4, I believe, muscle, unless you have something special to make it not muscle.
And you know what? We love you for it.
Muscle works for me. Target 4. That is 4 successes.
Damn.
That is a super success. Are you doing anything special here, or is it?
Is it weak to fire damage?
It is not. It is not weak to fire damage.
Okay. Then no, it is. As she slides, she will kind of cut up, and instead of cutting with the blade, hit it with the flat side of the blade, kind of across the face. Just a really hard boop, I guess. It'll deal 3. It'll deal 2 normal damage and 1 fire damage.
Did you take the 2 damage, 1 fire? Did you take the damage from the super success into account there?
I did not.
So it's gonna take 4 damage. Damn. I'm tracking health with my little pink and green dice, but the green dice is gone. There's just pink dice now. All right. That is its turn. I mean, that's his.
Wait.
Yes.
I forgot about pets. Can I have
Yes, you-
Snufflewump make an action?
You can. I always forget about pets too as well.
I
So
think
yes,
that's what
please.
I'm writing, even though they're the most important thing to me.
What would Sir Butters do?
Okay, so Sir Butter Snufflewump has seen what Elwyn is doing and has seen how the oddball got riggedy wrecked. So he is going to make a shielded charge. Actually, I think we're gonna start with a stubborn charge. Once per session, the baby Triceratops can perform a determined charge against an enemy using its budding horns. This is a muscle check with +2 bonus dice. On a successful hit, the target is pushed back and receives the stunned status. So its normal muscle is 2, so this is going to be a 4 dice check.
And the target number is also going to be 4 there.
1 success. That's 2. That's 3 4s or higher.
And that's a hit. So let's say describe it. How does Sir Butters push back this gigantic snake? And Sir Butters is like not huge, and this is a very big snake. How does this little guy push back this big guy?
Just baby. Well, okay. Inspired by Elwyn's majesty, Sir Butters just kind of like puffs up his little ruff and is like in his like fucking crocheted sweater. The like little budding horns kind of pop out of the crocheted hat that has been stretched across the frill, and he just like makes a little snorting noise. He makes a snufflewump. He snufflewumps, and he just like paws the ground and just kind of goes forward, uses like the power of bopping underneath, belatedly remembers what I've said about the Jacobson organ and tries to find a way to hit the snoot, like bop that head, the head of the snake, to knock, like to kind of mess with its sensory perceptions. Like if I can mess with its Jacobson organ at the top of its mouth, I can stun it. So.
Amazing.
Lump, using the power of reptilian biology.
Amazing. So it is stunned, meaning it skips its next turn. With that, so usually at the end of every monster's turn, there's a closing phase. Each monster has a closer. These are usually automated things that just kind of happen. They usually have rules like attack the character with the least amount of spoons. The Sunflower Serpent has 2 closers. One of them is not going to activate. The second one is the very passive thing, where it's just kind of absorbs more solar energy.
How many are there? Is it just the one, or are there others?
Yeah, there's just one. And then it's its turn. It's done. It does nothing. What do you guys want to do then?
Good job, Sir Butter Snufflewump. What do we do?
If we're leaving, now's a good time.
I'm gonna toss it more fish jerky. Probably a bigger handful this time. I'm so sorry what my friends are doing. You are a little big and scary for them, and this is just natural reaction. I think we're gonna go now, but if you're hurt later, you can definitely visit us. And if you're not gonna be mean, we will take care of you. And we have Actually, we have a lake right now that's pretty iced over that you might enjoy.
Make me a target number. Oh, make me a target number. We're gonna do the same. Target number 4, but also if you get hits to see that target number 6, I'm giving you extra information.
Can this be a charisma roll? Because I'm just trying to be nice.
Oh, yes, it is charm.
Okay. That's a 6, a 5, a 6, and a dice on the floor. So hold on. Out of 4.
Okay, I'm gonna message you something.
Okay.
While they are distracting the snake, can I just whip out my monster compendium to be and draw a quick sketch? Just fully.
Yes.
I'm down to 4 spoons. I am sitting on the ground, frantically drawing the snake in as close anatomical detail as I can approximate in 6 seconds.
Little steps, the dice on the floor was a 6.
Oh. Now, is Adbal a good artist, or are these like terrible doodles?
Good artist. I think that their like current aspiration is to make a monster compendium so that they have drawn what they think every monster they've read about without pictures has looked like in all of their years growing up. And maybe they were trained in art via carnival caricatures. But I think that she's mostly untested in the realm of any official training in anything, but has some art skills because she's obsessed over trying to visualize what she's read in words their entire life.
All right, perfect.
You can roll for it.
Nah, I think you justified it's being good. All right, I sent a little message. Who would like? What would you? What would you guys like to do?
Nesh is waiting on Elwyn to give the system the signal for them to like go. Like, he is just hanging out in the background, like, I got this book, I'm ready to sled, but I'm also not leaving everyone else up here with the snake while I do that.
Yeah, we're leaving. Now's the time to go. I'll bring up the rear.
So I think it just kind of wants to play.
I don't know that that's the case. It almost ate Oddball.
I think it's also hungry, but I also think it kind of wants to play. It looks a little bored to me. Have you guys ever just like wrestled with your animal? I think that's kind of what it wants. Rush should just kind of like play with it and wrestle with it, like a little roughhousing.
Okay.
It's a big risk we're taking.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, hey Roy, can you do the thing? And I'm also going to use my pet move to activate the aura of healing. So at the end of at the end of each turn, we all gain 1 spoon until the end of the fight.
Damn.
Okay.
Roy's a fucking MVP. I'm sorry, this is cottage core. This is supposed
You
to
can
be
just see like
friendly.
You can just kind of like see like the in the snow, like every few inches, like a little ears popping up.
That
As
is
it just
adorable.
kind of-
That is adorable. Also, until I'm told I need to stop swearing this, swear as much as you want. I'm not gonna be able to turn it off till I'm forced to. So, go at it.
The theater school, I can't help myself.
All right. So there's a little conflict here. Do we stay or do we go?
I mean, I technically already took my action.
You
so
did.
That's not. I'm not making any decisions here.
Oh,
And if I were, I would do exactly what Gidget just said and like, oh yeah, sure, let's wrestle. So.
I mean, Elwyn would not leave before anybody else. Her intention was to bring up the rear on this retreat as we fled back to the B&B. But if the others are staying, she looks very uncertain and clearly does not like this plan, but is standing by just in case it goes wrong.
All right.
I think that Sir Butters is kind of standing by to like roll me out of there if he needs to. He's also uncertain about all of this. He just kind of looks over to Elwyn and just is like gives like a tired nod.
I just want to make friends.
I worry that it wants to eat you, but I've learned the hard lesson that my tactics are not always warranted in every situation. So
No,
if you're
it's
certain
a
about
carnivore.
this.
It definitely wants to eat us.
I mean, Noodle's a carnivore too.
Do not compare the snake to Noodle.
The snake is just a little
Noodle
bit
has
bigger.
never. No, Noodle has never done anything wrong ever in his life. Except for the time we set the curtains on fire.
I love him so much.
All the curtains.
Yeah, I don't know how he got into every single room in the house.
The riddance of evil must be thorough.
Look, all I'm saying is we have a giant ice pool for the snake right now. And we've already heard it a little bit, and I think he really just wants to play. And there's also a good chance if we just leave it alone, it might still chase after us to play. And we'll be sliding.
Okay, but he wants to play with teeth.
So does my mom's kitten. That was Sarah, not me.
I mean, we just play with the little teeth of our own.
You want Oddball to bite the snake?
If Oddball wants to bite the snake, I thought I was just gonna wrestle it.
I'm fucking gonna now.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
I wasn't until you said that.
So just
Not my
put a little
turn.
firepower to it, Ash.
I would rather not.
Because of your sister?
I don't. I think
Reaching for
it
the-
could be bad. I think we put that as like the last resort. Like if everything else is bad, then I use firepower. I could hit the snake with the book.
Up and like playfully like romps, like does that whole like hitting the ground and then like kind of just like gently bouncing his frill against the snake. Like, am I doing it?
Aww.
I think Sir Butters both reveres Elwyn and looks to Gidget as like a mentor figure.
Pulled in two very different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's confusing for him. And also he would do anything to protect me, and I'm an idiot, so it's a hard life. It's a hard life for a dinosaur.
I mean, Ash, at the same time, if you just want to sit there and hold on to Roy, that's okay too.
think I might
a
do
lot of-
that for this exact minute, yes. I would like that. I don't think I'm built for wrestling, as like he gestures towards his noodle arms.
Oh. All right, Ash is going to sit this out. How about Noodles? Is Noodles going to sit this out with Ash? Is Noodles
Yeah,
still on?
Noodles is gonna stay. Noodles is still in the bubble.
All right. Adorables.
It's a little smoky in there. It's fine.
And then Elwin or Gidget.
Well, if I get a turn, then yeah, I'm gonna use my mascot strike, and it's just kind of like gonna run forward. And there's a point where they just kind of like squeeze into a little ball as they're moving and ram into this thing.
All right, and the mascot strike. That's a normal melee attack.
Once per scene, when you make a weapon strike, deal additional damage equal to number of mascot parts equipped.
All right, then make me a muscle check. Target number is 4.
Okay, it's a 3, a 5, and a 3. And I'm gonna reroll one of the 3s with a cozy point because I gotta get to that 4.
Okay. You can reroll both with 1 cozy point.
So that's a 5 and a 5 again.
That's a hit then. How many mascot parts do you have?
So the rules don't exactly explain how many mascot parts I have.
Let me bring it up. Cozy Callings.
Because at least in the PDF file, it's not there.
Oh, thank you. We were missing that. How many abilities do you have that starts with the word mascot?
3.
This deals 3 additional damage.
Dang.
How many
Hey.
damage is that?
1 plus 3, 4.
Okay, then 4.
Hey, how do you end the play session?
I see the snake just kind of like, I'm gonna say whatever. It does not matter what the snake is actually doing. Gidget thinks it's just kind of moving around, getting ready to play. So again, Gidget just kind of like it's this almost like Sonic Tails kind of like roll, kind of probably into the side of its face, and I guess just I don't want to say it takes out a tooth, but I think it might like actually like chip a tooth by accident.
Oh no!
I know, and Gidget feels really bad about that. And when they see the snake kind of like go down a little more, they feel really bad. And there's again, they brought like this giant camp bag that's filled with just snacks. So they probably like upend a pound of jerky into its mouth, and just reminds them, "Hey, I am so sorry. If you want to come and visit, I will try and take care of that. At worst, we have a fun pond for you to play in, and I will make you so many treats. I am so sorry."
First off, Alice, I love how you were like, we're gonna befriend this. We're just playing with it, I'm gonna be gentle. And then you were like, I'm also gonna chip the tooth and I'm gonna feel bad about it. But this isn't Mechanica. I'm choosing to chip the tooth here.
Well, if it's doing that much if Gidget's doing that much damage, they're not needing to, but...
The vibes are immaculate. No notes, no comments. The serpent comes up, reeling from the attack, comes up, mouth wide open, and licks Gidgets and then slithers away.
See you later!
And with that, combat is over. You have your the flower petals as your sister requested. You use a post office to send them to you quickly. And we're gonna start wrapping this up. You will return to the cottage. The Everflame will be there that evening as you get ready yourself for bed.
We leave. Is there any like shed snakeskin that we could potentially?
Yeah,
with us?
before you leave the hill, yeah, you can totally get that in case you want to use that for any crafting or some sorts of things.
Thinking
next
about
session.
getting cozy with snakeskin.
Oh, speaking of that, when whoever I'm guessing Gidget, you probably like check the barn before you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't know how it doesn't have thumbs, you don't know how it got in. The doors were closed, but when you open up the barn to do closing night duties, there is the serpent cuddle up sleeping. It has like the anime style, and that's where we're gonna end the session narratively. Now then, I promised in the first session 3 level up. Then first 10 cozy points you guys got, experience points, level up. You are level 3 for next session. See y'all next week.
Ah.
Bye.
So cute. and
Oh
so
wait, I
fun.
have to read some things.
Yeah, we got to do a lot of things.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you to the amazing cast. If you like what we do, you can join our Discord at the button in the description. It is where we post our monthly casting calls, schedules, and where we generally hang out and be giant nerds. We'd love for you to come hang out and roll some dice. Once more, I'd like to go around and give everyone a chance to tell the people who you are and where they can find you. And so that starts with, I think I'll start with Trip and go backwards from when I did the intro.
Okay. Hi, I'm Trip. I am simply here. I'm technically on Twitter at @_Sarah_Trip, but I never post, so if you follow me, you will be disappointed. I write for mobile games, and I play these kind of games, and I'm just very much being myself, so I had to have a dinosaur because of my dinosaur tattoos. So, here we are. This is the origin of this character. And randomly licking things. For knowledge. For science. It's been so much fun.
Alright. Next, that's gonna be Ash then. I mean, JD.
Yes.
Gosh.
Same difference. I mix up the order all the time. I will say I am Ash and I'm playing JD, but it's the other way around. Hi, I am JD. You can find me everywhere at JD Not Jason Dean. I do lots of things in the TTRPG sphere, most often with Live from the Apocalypse, but also am a regular cast member with Exquisite Corpse Presents, and you can find me with Lost Caravan on a pretty regular basis. I like to play sad characters who are angsty and have tragic backstories, but also try to find the bright spots in life and make poor choices. And I can always be counted on, usually, to make the most unhinged decision, but Trip, I think, has beaten me out for this game. I don't think that I can do anything more unhinged than anything that Oddball has done. And that's me.
I think that's a challenge for you to up your game. Yeah,
There's still time.
Alright, next up is going to be Alice.
Hi guys, my name is Alice, she, they pronouns. Tonight I was playing Gidget the mascot. You can find me everywhere online at Alice Hart, or if the adult film star has stolen that, at Hellion Heart, which is where I'm at on Twitter. You can find me back here next week, same time, same place, same character for this series. And starting on the 19th, I will be playing Apocalypse Keys in a small series over on Nerds of the Dice. Otherwise, my January is not super packed. I might fill in some places, who knows? Keep a lookout on social media. And most regularly, you can find me on the Actual Play podcast, Welcome to Reddington. It's a Monster of the Week podcast where I am an editor, a producer, and a player.
Yeah.
All right. And then we got Anna.
Hello, I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun and every other social media, including Blue Sky and Instagram at Archival Dust Bunny. I'm going to go through the short version as quickly as I can. When I'm not here, Thursday nights, you can find me over on Glyza's channel, Classical Glyza, playing From the Library, which is our brand new Monster Care Squad. Actual plays. We are playing a bunch of vets going around trying to help monsters. We are aiming for it to become the longest running Monster Care Squad actual play, so come and check it out. We're only a few episodes in, so very easy to catch up. Every other Saturday, we're here with Fatal Ascension, our Fabula Ultima campaign. I play Cadence, the Time Assassin. Exactly what it says on the label. I mess with time and stab things, and it's a lot of fun. She's a glass cannon and goes down a lot, but that's all part of it. Mondays over on the GR crew, we have Tears of the Rose, our ongoing Blue Rose campaign. I play an alleged reformed pirate. It's a lot of fun. We're learning how to be envoys for the crown and heading north into dangerous territory. Lots of other projects going on as well. If you enjoy queer stories, magical girls, and stories about grief and how it affects those around you and finding hope again after devastating loss, check out Bloom and Blight, our Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast and on all social media at Bloom and Blight. And for cast and character descriptions, episode transcripts, and a link to our brand new community Discord, you can check out our website, bloomandblight.com. Part 1 of our holiday special with guest director Lexi, Black Girl Mage, is currently up. And part 2 and 3 will both be coming out next Thursday, as long as we can get that soundscape done. Kit and I are crunching away at that, but it's almost there, and it's great. If you enjoyed part 1, you're definitely going to enjoy the unhinged queer chaos of 2 and 3. But yeah, lots of other stuff.
My keywords.
Lots of other stuff coming up. Best place to see where and when I'm streaming and upcoming projects are to follow me on social media or to jump into the Dareful Archives community Discord server, because there will be another Dareful Archives project coming up this year. Another podcast that is extremely exciting. Can't talk about it yet, but keep an eye out for that. Jump in the Discord, follow us on social media, and yeah, check my social media for everything else that I'm doing, because I'm all over the place.
All right, and then I am Chris Pellick. You can find me at either Cottagecore _ RPG or Cottages and Cerberus on various social media platforms, including X and Instagram are the ones we are most active on. I am the curator of this game. We've successfully kickstarted that last fall, and it is going to go up for pre-order and pledge manager in about 2 weeks, hopefully, if all the paperwork gets filed correctly. Till then, till next week, we are going to close out the stream, and we will be rating High Shelf Collective. Make sure I said that correctly. Yes, the High Shelf Collective. Till then, stay cozy, y'all.